fake twice. And batted down. How about the play by Sherman? Closing speed in the end zone. Maybe a hair late on the throw.
It was. Roddy White had this beat with the little stutter move. But Matt Ryan, because of the play fake, got pushed around the pocket, and the ball was just late enough.
Play clock at 11. And the ball is loose. And Matthews so fortunate to get it back.
2nd and 11. Manning's pass batted down near the first down marker. It was batted down. Sherman on the coverage. Demaryius Thomas the target.
The margin of error is so small. Watch this. It's right on target.
That throws a little bit more movement out. On 2nd and 5, Richard Sherman comes up to make the tackle. Kenny Britt, loss of 2. 1st and 10 from the 46, the end around to Austin. And it goes nowhere. Tavon Austin loses a yard. 2:59 remaining. Seahawks out of timeouts. Davis throws. Sherman on the coverage. No flags. Austin, the intended receiver. So Richard Sherman makes a big play, and now the Rams will punt it away.
And how big was that play to the Seattle Seahawks? Richard Sherman on the right side, so he's going to go lock down Tavon Austin in that situation. Very physical with his coverage.
Here comes the pressure.
3rd and 9, going for Holmes. Defended by Sherman. And defended well. It's incomplete. Holmes had a chance at it. Holmes, a good-looking young player. 3 and out. Raiders have got a punt.
Well, not surprised to see the pressure early when you look at this Seattle defense. The free rusher, but he still was able to kind of slide and get that sidearm and get it out.
3rd and 5 into the nickel. That's picked off by Sherman. Now buckle up. Here he goes. Looking for some blocks. Breaks a tackle of Rivera. Breaks a tackle of Jackson. Finally shoved out of bounds by Donald Penn. The Pro Bowler, the All-Pro cornerback, Richard Sherman.
Well, this is a matchup that the Raiders actually like, but they talked about the things that Sherman does best. He's probably the best in football, Kevin, at defending the back shoulder throw. And that's exactly what Derek Carr was trying to get accomplished there. Clearly, the receiver and quarterback weren't on the same page, but this guy...
Need to get to the 33. Stanton has time. Looking, incomplete. He was looking for Floyd. It was incomplete.
Yeah, it's an MCL that happened 10 days ago. Give him 24 instead of 17, and that pass is intercepted by Richard Sherman. So sooner or later, a flag is down on the run back, So the pick figures to stand, and then Richard's going to go all the way down to about the 30-yard line, but a lot of this figures to be coming back.
And one defensive back, and in between, kind of threw it to Richard Sherman there. But anytime you get behind, and one of the reasons I think that this defense hasn't had quite the number of sacks, quite the number of interceptions they had last year, is they've been playing in a little bit closer games. But when you get behind this team and you have to throw it into this secondary.
Newton steps, has time, unleashes a bomb deep down the field, and it is intercepted by Richard Sherman. He was looking for Philly Brown, but it's tough to get it over Sherman.
Well, one thing that Cam Newton's shown, he's not afraid of throwing at Richard Sherman, and he just paid for not being afraid. Richard Sherman attacks the ball.
2nd down and 4. Fake it to Williams. Oh, almost intercepted. Sherman read it all the way, jumped in front of Philly Brown, and it's incomplete.
He said, I'm not going to shy away from anyone. I've got faith in myself. I've got faith in my teammates. But Cam, you better be careful throwing at this man, because in my mind, this is the best cornerback in football, and he will make you pay if you're not careful.
Rodgers, top-rated quarterback on 3rd down this season. Cobb in the backfield. Protection, end zone. Adams, and picked by Sherman.
Oh, they're playing with fire, and number 25 just burned Aaron Rodgers.
Talked to Aaron Rodgers the other night, Joe. I said, are you going to try a deep ball against Richard Sherman? He plays it as well as the receiver does, and he makes him pay.
O'Donnell to Lockett. Look at this. Look at that fake. And there they go with Sherman inside the 30. And he is double whammied at the 20. It was the old fake out by the punt returner.
Everybody's running here. Watch Richard Sherman, bottom of the screen where the punt goes. What a job by Richard Sherman finding the football and making that catch.
63-yard return. At this point, you think he's got to be gone. But Lamine Barrow is able to bring him down, and Marshawn Lynch comes out of the locker room.
They're down to 9. They're coming after Castle, who gets rid of it. Had an eye on Bryant. Sherman standing right next to it, knocks it away.
Yeah, he's fortunate on this one. Richard Sherman, as you're going to see, he's inside technique. The ball's thrown inside. He has a chance to drive back on that ball and make a play on it. And Richard Sherman, it was a great job by Des Bryant playing defense. I mean,
Came in with a wounded ankle, has played the entire game outside of a play here and there. That's a catch by Des Bryant, his first of the game, and I mean Sherman on him right now for a loss.
That is a great play by Richard Sherman. You're going to see him work through the block of Terrence Williams, and he's cluing into Matt Castle. He sees it, recognizes it immediately, and goes right through the block and makes a play then on Des Bryant. That's an outstanding job. He is a
looking for Bryant, and it's incomplete. Castle took a big, and a flag comes in late.
This ball's intercepted. Here's the hit. Cliff Averill, he just gets a free run on Castle, and you know, this is what we've talked about. You see the way Richard Sherman is able to locate the ball in flight. Well, this will be big here.
Castle waiting for somebody, anybody to get open. Throw to the sideline, and it's knocked down.
Gabbard going deep for Ellington, overthrows and almost for Richard Sherman.
Well, you got 3rd and 3, you're backed up. You put 3 tight ends in the football game. You take a play action shot.
Play action. And going for the deep ball. Only Sherman is there. His first interception of the year. And Sherman's got a run back going to the 39 of the Steelers.
Antonio Brown looks like he just got tripped up with his feet with Richard Sherman. Gets up and makes the tackle. Oh, the little push or the hands by Richard Sherman is what knocked it.
You know, his father was very, very ill when he came out of high school in Richmond, Virginia. He decided to go to college at North Carolina State University. That's intercepted by Richard Sherman. And then it looked like he was spun down.
Watch Richard Sherman, 25. He's in coverage, but the ball was intended elsewhere. See that? Just overshot Chris Matthews, the former Seahawk. I think he took him down by his hair. I think this was tackled by hair at the end. Let's take a look and see.
Well, the hair is part of the uniform.
Yes, it is. It's not a penalty if the hair is out from under the helmet.
Well, Matthews might have been frustrated by getting worn out in practice every day by Sherman.
That is a former Ohio State star quarterback, Terrell Pryor. They're going to have him run it. He did a ton of that at Ohio State, leading the Buckeyes as a Rose Bowl MVP.
Palmer for Floyd. Pass broken up, and there's Sherman for Seattle. They got one on Richard on the first play from scrimmage, this time on 3rd down and 6.
One wide out here. That's Adrian Peterson as the running back. And they begin with AP. Tries to cut to his left. Is taken down by Michael Bennett, big number 72, who figures to be all over the place today as he normally is.
You think about the way this game's shaping up, Russell Wilson going to have to throw it a lot more than he had been.
Newton broken up. Richard Sherman makes a play as he puts the arm in front of Corey Brown. And a good play by Richard Sherman exactly when Seattle needed it.
Deep dig route by Corey Brown, and Sherman drives on it and just thrown a little bit behind.
Austin down on a knee, nowhere to go. And the clock is stopped with 1:13, 3rd and goal.
Got 4 catches, 89 yards, and a touch today. Fitzpatrick standing and going that way again, one too many times. It's Sherman.
As it's going down the field, he knows back shoulder fade, and there he stops and beats Brandon Marshall to the ball. Miscommunication for the 2nd week in a row between Fitzpatrick and Brandon Marshall.
5 seconds left to go. Fitzpatrick over the middle, intercepted. Richard Sherman has the 2nd one of the game. We get a flag as well.
I remember doing a game here with Eli Manning. At the end of the game, they really don't care about stats because they're just trying to get their team back into the game. But you can't make that throw with that guy, Richard Sherman, out there.
Matt Ryan with time on 4th down for Julio Jones. Oh, and he can't bring it down with one hand.
3 points. Averill knocked that last pass down. 3rd and 5. Palmer with a low snap. Gets away, and then Fitzgerald gets whacked before he has possession. That's incomplete.
2nd and 6. 4-man rush. Beautifully blocked by Buffalo again tonight. Confusion on the route, and the rare turnover by Buffalo. Richard Sherman elects to run it out. Didn't look like a good decision, but it worked out all right for him as he got across the 20-yard line.
Could very well have an 8th lead change here pretty soon. 2nd down and 10. Brady fires. It's Edelman. He makes the catch. Oh, 38, and the ball is out. The ball is out. And it's still alive. And Richard Sherman.
By Seattle. 1st down.
I agree. Cam Chancellor, I think, is the one that got it out of there.
Yep.
You know, that's one of the things great defenses do when they get you corralled. They don't necessarily want to take you to the ground. They want somebody else to come in there and rip that sucker out of there.
And the option here, juggled, and this is Philly Brown. Corey is his given name. Order. 3rd and 10. And a little bit behind and incomplete. Intended for Funchess. That'll make it 4th down.
Back. Big time coaching job going down in Miami.
Meanwhile, 3rd and 17. Palmer sees pressure, steps away, firing it deep. He's got a man. Nelson. Sherman is there. That looked good from the get-go, but Richard Sherman with those long arms knocked it down.
The awareness of Richard Sherman. He's got a speedster in J.J. Nelson. 4.28. This guy can fly. All he's you got to run the football. They do have a formula for success.
3rd and 4. Palmer back throws near side. Incomplete. He was going for Nelson again. Sherman was there. And now you would think a field goal try for Kenton 0. Same type of temperature. 3rd and 3. Mariota, quick hitter, knocked away beautifully by Sherman. And no flags.
Watch Richard Sherman, and he trails at the hip and then goes back door on Rashard Matthews. Only a corner with supreme confidence, instincts, and football understanding makes that play.
For the Giants, Manning chased out, throws one deep down the field for King. He's down there, and it's broken up. Excellent play by Richard Sherman to get a hand on that one, and the Giants will punt.
A couple things that you don't see very often, a 2-man.
Having to play with different quarterbacks to give Bill O'Brien a lot of credit for winning the division in back-to-back years playing multiple quarterbacks.
He dances by one defender, and it's intercepted again. This is Richard Sherman following blocks and down to the 16. Tackled by Martin, the center. Watson has been picked off for a second time today.
You have to see out in front of throws. He locks in on the crossing route, but what he never feels is Richard Sherman on the sidelines, and he's going to jump this route. He's in zone coverage. He drops off his assignment, and now he sees the crosser. And once he sees the crosser, he jumps it. That is just baiting a young quarterback. I would anticipate Seattle. Look how deep they're playing in the secondary. Let them complete the ball underneath.
Four-man rush, second down and 20.
There it is.
Going deep and intercepted by Sherman. Seattle's going to win it. Second interception today. Sherman picks off his second. And the Seahawks will win their fourth consecutive game.
He's making it happen.
2nd and 7 from the 38. Stanton trying to escape, loads downfield, forfeits. Gerald challenged ball with Sherman, and it falls incomplete.
Well, everybody wants to try and get across the safety against this defense, but you never have enough time. But that time, Drew Stanton bought a little time. He got his jump ball. Talk about a marquee matchup. How about those two? That's like watching the Pro Bowl right there.
2nd and 2. It's Cook right up the middle. First down into 49ers territory. Still going. Dalvin Cook fumbled. It's loose. 49ers say they have it, and they do.
So Cook makes an incredible run, but coughed it up at the end as Fred Warner, the rookie, popped it out.
As he runs through the traffic and the trash, he runs through Tart one more time as he's trying to get away. Good call, Kevin, because Fred Warner from behind, number 48, stays with the play, pops the ball free right here. Watch the right hand. Brings it through with a sure tackle and gets the ball first. And now it's loose. Sherman is right there.
He got it.
Minnesota had a shot at it first with Morgan, number 89.
They get to Kareem Hunt. All day to throw and looking down the field the hill. And broken up by the great Richard Sherman. Sherman's been bothered with a sore heel all week long.
This is on him. He misses because you can't overthrow him. He's too fast to overthrow him, but this is what Richard Sherman does. He never quits, he never stops, he never surrenders, and is able to get that left arm in there to swat down. Timed it perfectly. It's easy to see in it's easy to see that slow motion. When it's happened real time, that's a great play by Richard Sherman.
Total scrimmage yards thus far. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. First down, another play action. Here comes Sherman, and Sherman's going to get Josh Rosen. Richard Sherman doesn't show any effects of the injured calf. Comes on almost untouched, and a 7-yard loss on the play.
Right here on the line of scrimmage, and we've got tackle, we've got tight end. What are you guys doing?
Went from the medical tent to the locker room, so Chase Edmonds, the rookie from Fordham, is in there. Rosen fakes to him and goes into the end zone, knocked away by Richard Sherman, trying to get it to J.J. Nelson. And Sherman did a terrific job breaking that up.
Boy, Sherman, and he was beat. J.J. Nelson can run, but here's the beauty of Richard Sherman on the outside. He knows he's beat. Bad step right off the bat. Watch him. He doesn't even look back. He just watches the hands.
Eli's first throw deeper than 10 yards tonight. Barkley couldn't get free that time, as waiting on him was Richard Sherman. Fred Warner able to get it
to play, but Fred Warner shooting the gap. He saw it, and he shot the gap, and he forced Barkley. And notice what Barkley did. He tried to bounce it outside. It's the one criticism I have of this.
Aaron Rodgers came down at the end to win it. 2nd and 4. There is Barkley in space, but met by Richard Sherman.
What a play by the veteran guy.
3 by Sherm.
Yeah, just a veteran guy. You understand, tackling the outside leg, making sure that Saquon Barkley doesn't get there.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32 yards.
This is just like, this is a bad throw. That's Peyton Barber. QB key, ball out, break, catch the ones they throw to you, score. That's what Richard Sherman has done his entire career. He did not have an interception for the 49ers last year, the first time in his career that he didn't. He answers that question today. Interception, touchdown.
Down to 1 minute remaining. Winston on 4th down, spinning, looking downfield, and now he fires. Evans battling with Sherman, and the pass drops incomplete.
Watch Nick Bosa working on Donovan Smith. That inside rush move is deadly. Forces him out. Jameis is scrambling for his life.
Now Alex Kemp is going to take a look. Under 2 minutes. It is a booth review.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you think? I don't know. Mike Evans certainly had his arms extended on Sherman there, and Sherman's not looking for the ball, so.
Is number 41, the corner, Emmanuel Mosley, is making his first career start. 3rd and 13. Baker looking to make something of it. And going up after that ball downfield was Ricky Seals-Jones.
San Francisco is challenging the middle of the field.
Ball in hand 1, 2nd foot out.
That's that toe heel that they talk about. And pressure from Bosa, and it is intercepted by Richard Sherman. Bosa had the pressure, Sherman with the pick.
We've been waiting on Nick Bosa to get off. Look at him. Bosa pressuring the quarterback. Forces Baker Mayfield to throw it up. And then
they got a roll going here. 3rd down and 12 from the 11-yard line. Crowd looking for a big play from the defense. Allen, however, has it intercepted. And they get the big play. Richard Sherman on the pick. Crowd wanted a big one, and they got one. Coming into this game in his career, has 2 today.
Now we're just playing zone here, and look at Richard Sherman eyeballing the quarterback. It's an errant throw, and he is thrown into a team meeting. It's something that Allen hasn't done at all.
Getting ready for this Seattle game. But remember, Seahawks have the lead here. And they don't get it on 3rd down. They're going to be walking off the field, and it's Richard Sherman, the former Seattle star, in coverage.
what a play by Sherman. He gets his hands on DK Metcalf, who's a big physical specimen. But watch Sherman come across the...
Couple big penalties on New Orleans. That's the difference. Run it to Kamara, and there is nothing there. Richard Sherman comes from the secondary. It'll be 3rd down. And they give it to him. Gurley absolutely nowhere.
Well, this defensive line talked about getting pressure on the quarterback, but they're not in the...
Cousins fires over the middle, and it's intercepted at the 40-yard line by Richard Sherman.
Said I'm not going to Richard Sherman's side unless I have to. I guess he had to, because this time Thielen's going to come out. Sherman's going to beat him to the route. Thielen's going to stop. Sherman's going to be right there. It is just so hard to do anything to fool that guy. You literally see quarterbacks say, I'm not going there, and there is a reason why.
No timeouts, and now inside of 2 minutes. Aired out downfield, and picked. Richard Sherman gets his 4th in his postseason career and ends this game.
Sherman showed a little burst. That ball was in the air. He went and got it. I think he wanted to make up for that big play that he gave up along that sideline. And once Aaron Rodgers let it go, Richard Sherman, he just went and showed quite a burst for the 31-year-old.
Goff. Intercepted. It's Richard Sherman, another welcome back for the 49ers. Already 2 takeaways for San Francisco. Sherman in his first game back after being injured in week 1. Henderson met right away at midfield. He'll lose yardage, and Richard Sherman came up from his corner spot.
Yeah, you love getting Richard Sherman back for several reasons. Obviously, he has the interception, but for things like this, he deciphers and he makes decisions.
Gets it to the outside. Oh, look out. The ball is out, and it's picked up by the Bucks. Richard Sherman comes away with it. Winfield knocks it out. J.J. Tate.
This becomes an enormous point in the game right here.
Off the first penalty of the game against Tampa Bay. Allen able to unload it. Was that picked? Right off the ground. It is an interception, and it's Richard Sherman in his return game with his 37th career pick. That's the most for an active player in the league, Richard Sherman.
Let's see, though, because it was hard to tell. That's an interception, Jim. Hands are under it. Sherman, one of the great ball hawking corners in the league, but it really starts up front. Brown is having a really tough day. And Barrett